Don't raise your hand unless you wish to ask a question. Not every question will necessarily be given a response. It will depend upon the nature and the sincerity of the question. Sloppy, top of the head question essentially ask, how do I do this and how do I do that? Will not receive an answer.
Hi, Siddha. In one of your books, you've given the mirror analogy, where you say that what you see in the mirror is not the real self, and basically you separate the physical and the mental structures that we have from the real self. And I've also observed, and that's my personal learning, that in life, that's the real motivator. People work to enhance their selves, right, to make it look good and stuff. So this is a sort of a contradiction. I mean, if one loses that self, what does one work for? What is his real motivation?
I think a simpler question to ask that would be more graspable, as a more effective place to begin, would be the recognition that everything that that person does is largely in the direction of self-help. Much of what they do is actually in the subdomain of self-help and self-development, but everything that they do is self-help. And the realization is the exploration of what precisely self-help has gotten someone. If they have improved themselves in some way, they have become a little bit more of this or a little bit less of that. The examination of where it has really gotten them without any form of judgment. If one is pleased or satisfied that the pursuit of self-help or self-adornment has got him or her what they have sought, then there is no reason to stop. But one must, if they wish to move towards truth for whatever reason, and there's no reason to move towards truth, but if one is moved to do so, then they will examine the nuts and bolts of self-help and discover the facade behind it. They will discover, or they will seek to discover, that the motivations behind pursuing it were automatic and default, as opposed to a conscious and deliberate act. It was almost as if one is defaulted to seeking self-help because everybody else does. The idea that one should not improve is an entirely foreign concept to the world. The world is interested in improvements, and the only improvements that one can make, the only adornments that one can make, are entirely cosmetic, and never should one take my word for that. These are things that one must explore for themselves. What is the true value of their pursuit of self-help?
What does it mean to be intelligent? What does it mean to be smart? I saw your tweet recently about that, and I'd love to hear you elaborate on it.
There was a private discourse written about that. I don't remember what I said. But human beings seek intelligence. That they have a name for many things, and intelligence is yet another form of self-adornment. That there's no real currency for being smart. There's no reward. The only reward for things is to know the truth. Because when one knows the truth, whether they're smart or they're dumb, whether they're a genius or they're an idiot, if a human being knows the truth, he instantly becomes effective, because the truth is the only thing there is.